So let's talk about Bitcoin, and we are going to talk about Ethereum as well. First, let's get started with Bitcoin, then we will move on to Ethereum. Bitcoin is sitting at 95,666 right now, and it went up and hit that area of 97,300 we had for it. Of course, it overperformed by going towards 97,895. After that, we have seen overall downward journey towards the area of 95,100. Now $95,000 is a psychological support area for Bitcoin. Of course, our actual mini support is at 92, and the only bullish support that Bitcoin has in this overall case scenario for the upward journey, on the basis of which we were holding and we were aiming for 97,300, is the area of $90,000. Until and unless we don't see Bitcoin losing the area of $90,000, which is here, we would not expect Bitcoin to start the overall downward journey. Whatever happens would be a start of a downward journey, but we will not be conclusive about it that yes, Bitcoin has lost its overall momentum and now Bitcoin is going to get bearish. Other than that, if we look at Bitcoin from the perspective of, just a second, I'll show it to you. From the short-term perspective, Bitcoin is in a channel of a rising structure. It's only natural for Bitcoin to deliver on this structure, and of course this will be our first target. And again, the first target is going to be $90,000 as a full deliverance on this overall rising channel. 70% of the time the structure breaks down, 30% of the time you get lucky and it goes up. Now let's talk about the Bitcoin's performance in the past 1 week. How is Bitcoin doing in the past 1 week? Now for this, we will be keeping it simple. We will be using CMC. The past 1 week is 1.53%. That is the 7 days performance of Bitcoin. Now let's move to Ethereum. Ethereum, let's talk about the 7 days performance. It is 1.98%. So Ethereum is outperforming in the past 7 days Bitcoin on the basis of data of CMC. Of course, we get into the chart, we get into the nitty-gritty. I'm going to waste your time on it. There is no need. We will take the surface value. We will not get into the nitty-gritty of it. On the basis of 7 days performance, Ethereum is right now outperforming Bitcoin. And even if we talk about the overall stability that Ethereum is showing, even by just looking at the prices visually, it is rather clear-cut that Ethereum is doing well, because Ethereum is right now holding on to this area. But if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin has rather taken a more curve and started going down. So Ethereum is doing well. This structure, of course, if we look at it in a smaller time frame, just this part, this is again a rising channel, just like we have seen with Bitcoin. But if you look at it from the cup and handles perspective, this is part of a handle, this is the cup. And if it starts delivering, it can easily go up towards the first target we have for Ethereum, which is $2,000. And of course, our support for Ethereum is still 1750, which is here. That has not changed. Still 1750 is our support area, as long as Ethereum doesn't close 2 daily candles below the area of 1750. I would not assume that Ethereum has started downward journey. And even if this structure wants to deliver downward, because it's a rising channel, it will go towards 1750. So in both case scenarios, Bitcoin versus Ethereum, if you look at it, if both of the structures, they deliver on the downward journey, they both will hit their support areas. In one case, it is going to drop towards $92,000 to $90,000 in case of Bitcoin. In case of Ethereum, it is going to go towards 1750, and none of the case scenarios will trigger the downward journey. It will be just a test of the support, and from there it can start flying again. Other than that, I don't think there is anything else to add. I'll see you in the other comparison coin video. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment. And I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.